Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Dominican route. I am so excited. I have my two beautiful women up here, Cole and Nikki. How y'all doing?
Hi, doing good.
Fantastic. Hey, good
Hey,
evening.
hey, real quick, I want to thank y'all so much for just everything y'all do for me. I don't know if Jay's going to come on or not, but I do want to say this before we get rolling and shout out to the comments. Cole's going to be kind of narrating in the back with the questions, so I definitely appreciate that. But I want to say this. I'm so sorry about last week. Nobody told me to apologize, but I want to say I'm sorry about last weekend. Um, it was nobody's fault, but I should have jumped in a little earlier and started controlling the atmosphere a little bit better. So I want to leave it like that. I'm working on the channel. We're getting better and better as we go. We're not a drama channel, cursing and fighting. Now, me, Rico, and the guys, we fuss, fight, cuss each other out, call each other special needs, call us, all that stuff. But for the most part, I try to keep it respectful, and yeah, and we're gonna keep on improving the channel. That's all I wanted to say. Carl, shout out to you, brother. What's going on? Cole, thank you so much. Pimp Boy, what's going on? It's always good to see you on the channel, man. Thank you for all your comments. Mr. Pepper, I'm ready. Let's go, man. We're gonna have a great, positive conversation. We're gonna have some fun today. Shout out to my beautiful baby Dominga. Hello, sweetheart. And Dale, shout out to you, Dominga. Hello. Who we got? Blue. Shout out to you. I love seeing all the women on the channel. It's so good to see y'all. Carl, it's always good to see you, brother. Thank you so much for all your support. George, hello from Orlando. I love Orlando and Tampa. You guys just had they had what, three people got murdered about today or yesterday. Shout out to you,
Mhm.
Dirk. Oh man, I missed the last week. Yeah, it was fun toward the end because Manuel came on, and Manuel really did a great job. He may come on today. So anyway, Dirk, what's going on? My mom, Pauline. Hey, mama, how you doing? And who else we got? I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. All right, Nikki, go ahead. What do you got? You want to say something about last weekend? Because I mean, it was a great conversation, but it did get a little heated for a second.
Yeah. Here's the thing, John. I think that, you know, you've been doing such a good job with the channel. As you continue to grow, things are going to happen and you're going to have hiccups. And I think that you really did only what you need to do in the moment. I definitely didn't feel any anger towards you or anything like that. We had a conversation behind stage about it as well. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not mad at you. I mean, you can't control other people. And you're here to kind of be a middle person to say, hey, let's come together and have a good conversation. So I think that you do a fantastic job. And I'm really honored to be here and very happy to be here. So, and Co, it's been so nice meeting you. You're such a beautiful woman. Love your
Thank
hair.
you.
So I'm glad everyone came back again today, and we're gonna have a good time like we
Yeah,
always do.
yeah. I'm in Dallas now, and I already missed the Dominican Republic. Oh, tell me. I knew you were in the storm, like I was in the storm the other day. Did you have any damage to your house, or what happened with that? Is everything okay?
Everything's good here. Luckily, we are actually on the second floor. So, like all of that flooding that was going on around the corner, I had put up a video on my TikTok about it too. I was sitting at the colmado as it was happening, and I just could not believe like cars were getting almost stuck in the water. And I was like, well, looks like it's time for me to walk home. So I went on ahead and walked home because it's on the same street. But I mean,
Gotcha.
we had been in the house for days, and we lost power a couple of times, but luckily we do have a generator. I think
That's
I
good.
had mentioned that to you that thank God Kelvin was smart enough to make sure that that's what we had before I got here. So thank God for that because it would have been even more insane. But yeah, we're good. We're safe and thank God for that.
That's good. That's good. Hey, and today's topic, we're talking about how to keep a good circle around people living abroad. So, no matter where you live, you can live in China, you can live wherever, wherever you live, it's very good to have someone and some people and they don't have to be American people, just people that you can always reach out to. Let's start off with you, Nikki. Who do you have? You live in the Dominican Republic. Who do you have? And do you have people besides your husband or future husband? I know y'all get married pretty, so I'm saying your husband.
Well, I
Besides,
call him my husband, the same as you call
okay,
Domingo your wife.
cool.
That's Dominican culture. I say my husband. Yeah.
All right, right. So
Yeah, you already
besides
know.
your husband, family, and your husband, who do you have, or do you all have to reach out to if you have any issues?
So, we talked a little bit about that last week, and I think the week before that. Before I even came to DR, I had a buddy of mine who lived with me about 15 years ago. And so I had met his mom, sister, and his brother on Skype all those years ago. And so my first trip here, which was last year, back in October of last year, I met them in person. So they were some people who I knew, like, they loved me for real. Like, we've been close for years, and I call her like my godmom. And then, of
Okay.
course, his family that's here. And then I had friends that, as all the time, this is my fourth visit to DR, but this is my longest stay in DR. I've met people along the way. And so I've kind of kept in contact with the, it feels right. And they're not trying to get anything from me. I'm not trying to get anything from them. It's just kind of like, how can we help each other kind of a thing. So,
That's right. That's right. And me and Carl, I'm actually building a relationship, and I'll say this because I'm gonna be 100% honest. It's some people on the channel, some subscribers, and people that I don't really want to hang out with. I don't want to do things with because they give off bad energy and bad vibes. And some of them just want to go around and mess around with a whole bunch of women and things like that. And that's fine. That's up to them.
yeah,
But I'm
yeah,
not I'm not going to Sasua with you. I'm not going to hang out with you. If you need a ride or something like that, you need me to drop you off. Me and Domingo, 9 times out of 10, Domingo's with me for the most part. But
good
um,
for you.
but I have met great people like you and Carl, that and Rico, that's on the channel, that's really like, if I need something or some help with something or something to pick up something, it's always good to have that good circle. But certain people you really have to be careful about putting in your circle.
Absolutely. And it's funny because earlier I know we were talking behind the scenes for like a brief moment, and we were talking about the whole passport bro thing. So sounds to me like you got some people that are trying to get you to do passport bro activities. So kudos to you for not being with the ish, right? Like, kudos to you, because it's very easy for that to happen. But as I mentioned in that conversation, our very first video, when I said, when you're starting things out the wrong way, you're going to have the wrong things happen. So you're
Right.
setting the intention that I'm serious about Dominga. I really want to be with her. I don't need these other girls who, half of them probably just want your money anyway. Let's keep it real. The other half maybe do want to get married, right? I try not to judge people, but I also see real life, and I've been here, and see it all the time.
Right.
So good for you for, doing what's right for you and what feels right and good to you.
Yeah, I appreciate it, and it's tough, being a YouTuber, but the it's more positive that I get out of being a YouTuber than it is negative. So I might get 10% negative, but 90% positive. And people like you all help me out. Being disabled and having nerve damage, and I used to work all the time and having a 9 to 5, and I was always staying busy with my kids. But now, me living in the Dominican Republic, you all are my extended family. And hey, just like you told me the other day, it's like, I want a thank you, coach, and all that stuff. The feeling is mutual. I feel good about having you on, and then meeting new good friends that's going to be there, and not looking to drain you all the time, and just being supportive. So I
Thank you so
appreciate
much. I mean, one thing about me that you're going to continue to see is that I will always pour into you. I will always be supportive of you, and I'll always be honest with you, good, bad, or indifferent. And if I have to say something that I know that you may or may not like, it will come from a good place. And I mean, come on, you
it.
know
Right.
me.
That's
It's
right.
all love. I mean, I feel like you are my extended family as well. And my mom, she loves it every time that I'm letting her know that I've met other Americans that are that have good vibes, that good energy. And as I mentioned before, I don't believe in good people or bad people. I believe that people do good and bad things, and that's subjective, right? Because what I may think is bad, someone else may not think is bad. And who am I to say that anyone is anything? So,
Right.
but
I
she
want to
feels
say,
great.
I want
Yeah,
to tell,
tell me.
I want to
I want to
tell.
say this real quick. Hold on, before you
Yeah,
do
go
that,
ahead.
I want to say I think that John finds good people. A part of what makes it a little easy for him is because he is good, like a good person
Yeah,
at heart as well. And I think that like attracts like, the same way where he will kind of he will get comments from the passport bro guys, he'll consider it and he'll come and he'll ask other people like, hey, what do you think about this? And I think that's a part of
yeah.
what makes you a successful YouTuber and what really helps you curate good people. It's like you're not perfect, but you genuinely are trying your
It's
best.
the intention. He always sets a good intention,
I
and
And when
that's
appreciate.
obvious.
somebody He does. And when people come to you with their issues, you take it.
Right.
Like you really take that and you're like, "Oh, let me see like where I am. Like let me think about that. Let me really consider that perspective that
Right.
I didn't have before." And I think that that's what really makes you a great YouTuber and a great person
I
as a
appreciate it.
whole.
No,
So,
because I appreciate it, but I got to get on Haitian Gunman real quick.
okay.
He
Sorry.
makes me so mad because he's a huge supporter of the channel, but he said all, and whenever a man say all, they really trying to be like make you look like you soft or whatever. So,
Yeah,
shout-
yeah. He's trying to gaslight you a little
yeah,
bit. Get
he's
out
trying
of
to
here,
gas
Haitian
like talking
government.
about
Cut it
oh,
out.
like that's so sweet. And look, he gonna put that's so sweet at the end. That's
He
your
told
stuff.
it.
So, anyway, let's talk. We are
What
talking
he
about the. We
Hold
are
on. Did
talking.
y'all see this comment from Rick James though?
What do you say? What Rick
He
say?
said both of y'all are passport bros.
Oh wow! So what do you got? What do you, when somebody call you a passport bro, Nikki? What do you a passport gal? What do you got to say about that?
So this is the first time I've ever been called that. And Rick James, you know what? I rock with you. I've been seeing all of your comments every time I'm on. I appreciate you. And are you out of your mind?
Yeah, he always
Because let me tell you something.
Rick is cool, but he tried to start up shit.
He is, and I love it. I love it. Now he knows good and goddamn well I am not a passport sis. Okay.
Mhm.
So to me, to answer the question, I think a passport bro, and I talk about this on my TikTok, and I've had many arguments actually on there about it, and I love it because it's a great conversation to have. To me, a passport bro is a guy that comes on YouTube, or even not even on YouTube, but travels back and forth to different countries and talks about, oh, hey son, and talks about,
That's my son DJ. Say hey, 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 cuzzo.
hey,
Hey, it was DJ's birthday, y'all. Everybody drop a happy birthday, DJ, in the comments.
happy
He got some
birthday,
food. What you got?
DJ.
Let me see what
I
you
went
got.
birthday shopping.
He went birthday
Look,
shopping.
look, look, ADHD.
Hurry up.
ADHD over there. Uh-huh.
Ooh.
Some J's.
You got some J's.
DJ Brooks said, hey, she likes your shoes. She want to borrow them.
There you have it. I knew it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Some
those are
J's.
nice.
Yep.
All right, I'll leave you alone.
Size 22 and a half. Anyway, go ahead. Yeah.
22 and a half.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah,
A
but
passport bro. My definition. My definition of a passport bro is the guy who brags about going over to other countries, bagging women. Oh, look at what I'm doing. They're so much better than American women because American women talk too much. They don't like to cook and clean. Blah blah blah. They do all this negative talk about American women. Again, I cannot say this to be true for all passport bros. And as a matter of fact, I think it would be really dope if we could get a certified passport bro on the show and have a nice debate so that I can have that person say, I'm a passport bro and this is what it means to me. And then a passport sis, I would imagine, would be a woman who goes to other countries and hooks up with guys from different cultures and brags about it. But for me, I've been a Rick James, as you know, for 15 years. I've been dealing with or in and around Dominican culture. So,
right.
and I hadn't even left the country until last year. So I'm definitely not. And I came here to marry my fiance. So I'm
Right.
definitely not a passport bro. Get out
Let
of
me
here.
let me read. Now this is, and I have heard different definitions, but Rick James say a passport bro is someone who travels to look for a relationship outside their country. People demonize it. By definition, you are both passport bros. I am too. So yeah, I understand what you're saying, but Rick, they had a movement where a lot of passport bros and a lot of people denounced themselves as passport bros because they were a part of that movement and everybody was kind of balled in the same ball. And I think when I was one guy that kind of denounced himself, I forgot his name, but y'all probably know his name, but he denounced himself as a passport bro. And but I can understand that. So I just call myself an expat and
Yep.
just living abroad and that's about it. So I think that's kind of like the black movement. They call each other passport bros, but because I
They
know.
don't like American women though. The passport bro movement specifically discuss how American women are not wives
Okay.
and that women in other countries are. So that's the movement. If you're not a part of that movement, I mean, definitions of things changed.
Yeah, I would
But
love to know like the first
Thank you
person
for
that
that.
started
Yep.
the passport bro, like what they really meant, intended. And maybe you're right, Cole. They might have intended like let's stay away from all the sisters and the women in America. And maybe
well,
that's
that's what it is. That's what they say now. Like the
okay.
the passport bro movement now specifically speaks like American women, are not women that should be married. So leave the country because those women are better. There's
Got
nothing wrong with finding somebody in a different country, but it's just the mindset of like American women are trash. So date out of the country because those women are better is the reason that that's been like demonized. But I
yeah.
mean, if you want to consider yourself a part of that movement, then
Right. Right.
I think that's so important that you brought up exactly what was said because the first couple of however many videos that came across my timeline, I was like, what is this about? And I did feel disrespected because I've always cooked and cleaned and taken care of my household. One of the things that I've always tried to do in a relationship is kind of give you a taste of what I am as a wife. I don't give you the whole a benefit of wife, right? But I got to let you know a little bit so that you know what. Oh, she's worth it. I need more of that. I want that whole situation, right? I'm not gonna not do anything because then that would be exactly what the passport bros are saying that American
Right.
women don't do: cook, clean, blah blah blah. And I cook everything. I cook all over the world type food, Asian food, African food, Spanish food, soul food, everything. And listen, let me tell you, if my husband could get on here and tell you, just like he told me today, he was like, "Babe, your food is insane." I cooked him mofongo bolas yesterday, which is something I kind of made up. It's
Awesome.
mofongo, but in balls. Oh, it was so good. We both loved it.
That's awesome. Hey, let me say this. We're gonna stay on the subject, and we are in the subject. But if anybody has any questions for us, go ahead and shoot them. Shoot them to us from me, Cole, or Nikki. Nikki lives in the Dominican Republic like I do, and but how I keep a good circle. That's what it's all about in living abroad in the Dominican Republic. So if you guys have any questions about anything that has to do with the Dominican Republic and helping, that's what this channel is really about. So this title, I really love this title because that's why I started the channel, to tell my story, to talk about the culture, and to help others like you, Nikki, and you help me, and we to kind of have like a bond right there to help each other out because hey, we live abroad, we live in a different country, and sometimes we get nervous about things.
Let me ask you this, John, while we're waiting on those questions to come in. When you first got here, had you already made it in your mind that hey, now I'm moving here? And was that with your first relationship? I know that you had had a couple of relationships prior to deciding to get married with a Dominga, right? So on that first time of you being here, talking about the circle and talking about how you kind of grew that to make yourself feel more comfortable being here and staying here. You understand what I'm asking?
No, that's a great question. So when I was playing with the Yankees, I met so many Dominican guys, and I
Yeah.
I met their family, and they always was telling me, "Hey, you need to go to the Dominican Republic." So I already had a extended family before I even stepped foot in the Dominican Republic. So the guy I played baseball with, one of the guys I played baseball with, he introduced me to his niece. And his niece, we dated for a little while, and she lives in Spain now. And that's Valerie's mom. And so Valerie and San Cristobal. So I stayed with them a lot, and I stayed with some other people a lot also. So I had that family, like they would always watch over me. When I walk outside, somebody was walking with me. When I would go to the store, somebody was walking with me. When somebody would be begging me for money or asking me for money, they would be like, "No, stay away from him. That's my family. No, he's good." So
Love that.
I was like, they was protecting me the whole time. Wherever I would go, if I would go get some water or go get a beer at the Kamado, Valerie would put her shoes on and she would go with me and make sure everything is good. So I hope I answered your question. So
You did, and I'm happy that you mentioned that part because I think there is something about our community sometimes where, and even somebody said it last week, like, oh, well, that's not your family. They don't really care about you. But I feel like those are the people that have not been in situations that we've been in, right? Because
right, right,
I have always been in a situation where I've met Dominican people and even like Mexican, Hondurans, so many people that to this day have been like family to me for over 10 to 15 years. From day one, they're like, oh, you're my people's people, then you're my people. You know what I
right,
mean? And
right.
that was something that actually drew me to the culture from day one. Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
think back to my first Dominican boyfriend, and after that, I kind of just like stuck with Dominican. That was like 15 years ago. And what drew me was the fact of how romantic, how
Oh, yeah.
passionate he was with me. And of course, I'm younger at the time, right? I'm like 26, and I'm having this fine guy with this long, beautiful hair telling me, "Oh, I love you, mommy," and this and that. And you know what I mean? I'm like, "Oh my God, he's exotic," like all
Right.
this madness. And then, when I started listening to bachata music and the words, and then the problem, though, however, with that
Hmm.
is that a lot of it at that time, of course, was just all talk, right? It's
Right.
just all to kind of
Yes.
bring you
And
in.
you have to be careful with that, and you have to
You have
balance
to
it
be
out.
so, yes,
Careful.
you have to be
Yeah.
so careful. And that too comes with, again, knowing the culture, understanding the culture, and then where you are with
They
your
are a
self-esteem
sex.
and where you
They
are with your, yeah,
Yeah,
with
they
all of that.
are a section. I'm gonna get to. That's a great comment, but I'm gonna get to these super chats real quick.
Oh
But
yeah,
I
please
have,
do.
yeah, the the Dominican culture is so sexually like out there. Like, I mean, I don't
It's
know.
cariñoso, as they say. It's very affectionate. They are
Right,
so affectionate.
right,
Yeah.
right. So let me get to the King Choice. Thank you so much, brother, for the super chat. Question for Coach: when you started your channel, how did you finally land on the name, the Dominican Route, after having those other names? So I had one other name before that. It was crazy. I was called Moving the Family to the Dominican Republic, and Cole is laughing because
It
it
was so long. It was so
yeah,
long.
it
Right.
was. But let me tell you, Nikki. Let me tell you when I moved to the Dominican Republic, and I probably only had about 70 subscribers or 100 subscribers, and I moved to the Dominican Republic, and then Cole said, "Yeah, I like your channel. You know, you're doing okay. You know, just keep on pushing. Now you live in the Dominican Republic, Coach. John, and like, and this is my cousin Cole talking. She's like,
Uh-huh.
it's called moving the family to the Dominican Republic. You already here.
Already
So
there.
I was like, oh my goodness. So I got to change the name. So I
Oh,
think I
God.
thought of the name, and then I asked her, and
DJ came up with that name.
yeah, DJ came up with the
DJ came up with it. Don't take his shine.
No.
no. Yeah, he came up the name with the Dominican route. That's right, he did.
Dominican route. Because
Yeah,
you thought you were thinking of Dominican
Ron,
something.
I forgot what it was, but yeah, he
It
said,
wasn't
yeah,
that second thing long. It changed to Dominican route pretty quick because DJ was like, "Oh no, this will be good," and we were like, "Yeah, that's a great name."
So yeah, that's the answer. So
Okay.
DJ thought of the name, the Dominican route, and he said that's good. He said, Dad, I like that name, Dominican route, because when people type up the Dominican Republic, they can, the Dominican route is gonna pop up also. So if you type up the Dominican route, automatic comes up. So yeah, that I hope
Is
I
what
answered your
that's on
question.
SEO. That's that SEO stuff. You know SEO?
No,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
Uh, well, just to let you know, SEO is what most people who have any experience with web development,
okay,
they make sure that they use keywords
okay,
that
gotcha.
when people look for you, you'll be the
Mhm.
first one to come up. So
That's awesome.
after people searching it up as much as they have, it will automatically trigger that sometimes, whether or not you can, whether you set that setting or not. But
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, I heard of that word before. I heard of that. Thanks so much. So super
yeah,
chat,
sure.
thank you so much. DRHP Black PhD. Thank you so much. I always see you on the channel. Thank you for your support. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I want to say this. The channel is growing. We're growing fast, and I'm going to be signing a contract pretty soon with a real estate agent, and it's a group of people that they want me to advertise their real estate things on their suites and their condos on the channel. So that's coming up pretty soon. So you'll be able to come through the Dominican route to buy and purchase, land and things like that. So that is very big, and so that's going to be like one of our main sponsors. So I'm excited about that. So if people are really looking for to move to the Dominican Republic, hey, we'll kind of be like a one-stop shop.
Absolutely. Congratulations, John. That is so dope.
Thank you so much. I'm excited about it. Hey, shout out to Carl. Carl just donated $15 to the Dominican route, and we're raising money for the not the orphanage. This month and next month, we're raising money for the kids to go to the big dance competition in the United States. So, Carl, thank you so much for the $15 donation, brother. Thank you so much. Always, thank you so much.
I have a,
Go
I got
ahead.
a question about that.
Hmm.
How are they able to travel with that? That is awesome.
That's a great question. I'm gonna do more detailed work and ask them. I'm gonna sit down with the two ladies that's over the program and ask them, like, how are you all raising money? Do y'all have y'all passports? Do you need a visa? We're gonna sit down and I'm gonna do a complete interview, and maybe you can come with me and we can go and interview them, because you speak Spanish. So Nicole, she speaks Spanish so well.
Oh, wow.
So that'd be
That's so
great.
exciting, John. I'll be
Yeah.
right there with you. Say less. And
Okay.
listen, you have a car. So you and Dominga, y'all come and pick me up. Y vamos.
That's right. Hey, mama. That's right. Claro. All
Yes.
right. That sounds great. That sounds great. We'll definitely do that. So when I get back in the next week and a half, 2 weeks, we'll set that up.
Whoop, whoop. I'm super
All
excited.
right. Let's go. Nikki, you go ahead and I'll read one of the questions. You got it. Go ahead.
Okay, so let's see. Oh,
Wait,
let me go back.
Nicole, you go ahead and pull up a question, and Nikki can read it.
Oh, okay, okay. All right, we can do it that way. I was gonna say I had to get out of the full screen.
Do you wear
Yeah,
contacts? Do you wear contacts or glasses?
I don't have them. I've worn them once in one of our conversations, the very first one, but I have not worn them since. But you guys keep continuing to say my
Your
eyes
eyes,
are beautiful. Look
yeah,
at
your
that.
eyes look great. Your eyes look great.
Thank you. Yeah, no,
Okay, go ahead.
I don't have my contacts in today.
I'm sorry.
Coach from Leah Arteaga. She says, Coach, are you still doing the Airbnb stays?
Yes, I on the September the 11th, I'm going to be showing a new Airbnb in Boca Chica. So I do have these Airbnb showing. So that's completely separate from what I'm doing with the people I just met up with. But yeah, if anybody wants to show their Airbnb in the Dominican Republic, Dominga and I, we go and show it and video it and talk about the amenities and all of that stuff. So yeah, that's cool. That's a
Okay.
great question.
September 11th. That's Kelvin's birthday.
That's right. That's right. That's right. You invited to the birthday party, so you can come.
Oh, that's right, because that's your friend's birthday too.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. That's right.
Yep.
That's right. Yep. In Boca Chica. So, yeah. So, I just really believe no matter where you go, I'm going to talk about negative energy also because it doesn't matter where you go. You can go to China, you can go wherever, you go to Africa. If you keep that same bad energy and you got the drama going and you borrowing money and you owe people money and you lying all the time and you sleeping with a whole bunch of women and you conniving people and all of that stuff, it's
And
gonna
even
keep
the energy that comes with sleeping with a lot of people. Those are things that people don't think about as well.
That is true. That is so true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dealt that playing baseball with the Yankees, and I wasn't Mister Goody Two Shoes all the time. I was with a lot of women, and when I was playing with the Yankees and moving around and doing a whole bunch of stuff, and I was always wondering, like when I was on the baseball field, like why is my energy so low? But I was everywhere. Every time I would go to a different hotel in Canada or Mexico, or wherever I went, in Maine, I always had a woman on standby and in the hotel and stuff like that. And
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering, like, yeah, like I got my rest. But the energy, the spirit and the energy that you always have to put up with, and the drama. Let me help you out. Let me take you to dinner. Let me have conversation. And that's just bad. That's a great
It's
comment.
it's too much, and I think that most of us went on ahead and got it out of our system. I for one definitely did. Okay,
Yes.
Nikki had a fantastic little time in her 30s in Raleigh, North Carolina. Okay, she had a
Right.
great little time in Charlotte as well.
Wait,
But
you was in Raleigh. You was in Raleigh. I was in Raleigh for a while too. It's crazy. I was in all those Raleigh clubs.
shut your lips. Did you go to Ambis Uno?
Yes, I went there. I
Shut
knew you.
up.
Yes, I was there. I was there. Yeah,
Honey, let me tell you something. I was Miss Ambizuno. You hear me?
I
I'm
was in.
talking
Oh
about
yeah. You know that
being a
in the corner.
DJ there.
We was always in the corner in that VIP section right there in that corner by the ropes.
Oh, honey, I probably took shots in your VIP high
You
five.
probably, you probably did. Yeah. And then we were in Greensboro a lot. We was in Raleigh and Greensboro a lot. So yeah.
And
Yeah.
I that's where my belongings are right now.
Right. Right.
In the United States, my belongings are in Greensboro. That's where I was born and raised. So that
Oh,
is so fun. John, we were
I
meant to
guarantee.
be.
I guarantee you, we were in the club at the same time once.
Can you imagine? We probably cheers and everything. And me, yeah, I'm sure I tripped over you, about fell on the ground because back in those days, it was just like, good Lord. I had
I,
a buddy of mine the other day. He was like, yeah, because remember back in the club? And I'm like, I'm going to be honest with you. You don't have a profile picture. So I know we've chatted here and there for the past like 10 years on
right.
Messenger.
Hmm.
Truth of the matter is because you don't have a photo, and even if you did, back when I was at that club, I think we all know how good and drunk I was. Like, are you kidding me? Then he says, oh no, no, because we even went out to eat after that. I said, that's even worse.
First,
That
that's
means
right.
I was poor
That's right.
after the club.
Hey, shout out to R. I'm sorry. Shout out to RA for the super chat. John, the Dominican friend, is the director of a school. Can't remember his name. Can he find jobs for people to teach English in the DR? So that's Manuel. I think he's talking about Manuel, right?
Probably so, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Manuel.
he is.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah. So can't remember his name. So can he find jobs? I'll ask Manuel. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure you have to be bilingual. So like Nikki, you probably could work there. But when I go to school, everybody's speaking Spanish, and of course they're teaching English. So to teach something, you actually have to know the other language. I can't just walk over there and teach English because they don't understand the words or whatever. So but go ahead, Nikki.
Well, here's this. I want to say a few things about to RA on the subject. One of the things is I'm not sure if Manuel right now really wants to have people that he'll need to put on payroll for that. I don't know if that's like a nonprofit kind of a school. So, RA, if your friend is looking to have a paid type of position, I don't know that that's something that he is doing right now with that. I don't know. Oh, that's great. Okay, he speaks Spanish as well. That's cool. Second, I was going to say that I taught ESL and I met many ESL teachers who did not speak Spanish. And I was so ticked off at first because I was like, how are you going to teach? You don't even speak their language. But here's the good thing about that. You have to think about it this way. When we were in, middle school, high school, and we had a French teacher back in those days, all right, and then also a Spanish teacher, some of them came in speaking just the language, which is actually a really good thing because you're forced to be
Right.
immersed
Right.
in the language. So, John, really and truly, it's better in some instances, depending on the learning level. Because if I'm teaching someone English on a college level, yeah, it would be better if I'm speaking both English and
Right.
Spanish, so that I'm a bit more articulate on the English part of that, and even on the Spanish part of that. So I think it's kind of one of those a little bit nuanced, right?
Right.
That question. So,
Right.
um, and
No, I
Manuel, he'd
no
be a better person to answer that.
to get,
Oh,
and that's
Aggie
what
Pie. Whoop, whoop.
and that's what I was about to tell him. Hey, brother, my channel. I like to, as long as you don't have any foolishness, shoot me a text message. I'm always open to answering your questions. So, CA, text me on WhatsApp 225-409-8806, and we can talk about that, brother. Because if you're really looking to help out or find a job in the Dominican Republic, I can let you talk to Manuel directly. So I don't just give anybody number out without asking them. So yeah, just reach out to me, brother. Thank you so much for the super chat. Anthony, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Thank you for coming aboard, man. It's always good to see you. Yeah, so I really believe that going back to us finding people and with good energy like Manuel was a blessing. I met Manuel through Melvin, and he's just so helpful. And Dominican people are just, if they they actually read into you first and they say, okay, and they see that you're not about foolishness or no drama, they really accept you as family. They really do. Am I right, Nikki?
I completely agree with that. And vice versa, John. You know that. I know that you've met people that you're like, okay, you're trying to use me, like get out of here. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like you read the vibe, the types of questions that they're asking, you're looking at their whole situation, like how they look, and it's like, come on now, cut it out. And then me, of course, being a female, it's even more difficult. And I'm kind of small too. I'm like 5'3" and 3/4. I weigh like 100 and I don't know, 30 pounds or whatever. So it's easier, for someone to come up and try to take advantage. But
Wait a minute.
people,
Wait. Hold on. Wait. We about to fight and get into an argument. All right. I thought we was gonna be good. You said that it's harder for women. Why would you say that?
harder for us to kind of weed people out.
Why would you say that? You don't think it's hard for men?
Oh, we're going to have that conversation.
No, I'm
Yes.
asking. I'm not. I'm
No,
just. I'm,
no. What I'm saying, John, I'm going to give you a perfect example. My first week in Boca Chica, it was so funny. Kelvin had gone to work, and this day I was like, you know what? I'm going to go out by myself. I can do this. I'm not going to be afraid. And so the day that I did it, and he knew that I was going to go because I needed to go and talk to some of the hotels to see their rates.
right.
So the minute I walk out, what is it? Oye, morena, negra linda, óyeme, oye. That is what I'm talking about. So
Okay.
now,
So well, let me. Go ahead.
you would have to deal with that there, but in Boca Chica, not really so much in the daytime. But I handled it. I handled
So
it. I
now,
said to
let me cut you off real quick because I know you hold that thought. Don't you understand that I get the same thing when Dominga goes to the bathroom? You know how many women try to approach me and they drop their phone number in my lap and and they throw kisses and stuff at me. So don't play the female card, like y'all the only one that get it in the Dominican Republic, because I get it too.
Oh, no. I know you get it, but the difference, let me tell you the difference.
All right, go ahead.
So when it happened to me on this particular day, I said to them, I was like, especially after this one guy, he just wouldn't let up. Oye, mami, pero oye. And then I turned around and I was like, pero coño, ¿qué? ¿Qué es lo que tú quieres? Coño, ¿qué? Suéltame en banda. Which means like, damn it, what do you want?
Right.
Stop sweating me. Like, what? And then he was like, oh, my bad, morena, my bad, negra, and I was like, yeah. So then the next couple of days when I walked by, it was great. He goes, I was like, thank you. Just let me walk about my business. So again, the difference between you and me is that you don't have to feel fear that someone will literally rape you or something. You know what I mean? Like,
no, that makes sense.
That is the only thing that I'm saying. And as far as that's concerned, you probably have more women hitting on you numbers wise than I do men, because typically I'm with Kelvin when I go out too. So I can only imagine for you that it's annoying. Like, leave me alone.
Yes. It's crazy because in the United States, you don't get that. And I'm a halfway decent looking man, but in the United States, I do not have women throwing phone numbers in my lap when when Domingo walks and goes to the bathroom, or blowing me kisses, or rubbing my back, and when she walks away and stuff like that. So these girls in the Dominican Republic are very, very aggressive. They're very aggressive. Yeah. And
I know it.
Yes, I'm a friendly person, so I give them one smile or wave at them or something like that. They're like, oh yeah, I got them. I'm getting them. Mm-hmm.
And you know what's funny? Speaking of that, I've had to learn how to tone down my personality, because you guys see how I am. I'm very much a social butterfly. I love life. I love to be positive. I love to support people. And I'm a clown too. Like, I like being silly. I like being funny. Like, I like not taking myself so seriously, right? And so I've had to learn here, I cannot do it with everybody, because they'll take it as, oh, she's flirting with me. And I certainly can't be that way with the majority of the men in front of my husband, because it's already like, yo, why are you so like nice?
Cole, no, that makes a lot of sense. Can you go back to the lady, the young lady that asked me a question about speed?
Yeah, I was just clicking through while y'all was talking, so other people's comments would show like while y'all having conversation, and then whenever y'all catch a break, I'll bring up the question. But yeah, you want me to read it, or you want Nikki to read it?
Yeah, go back to it. Okay, yeah, go ahead and read it, please.
Okay, Jody wants to know when you're going to start speaking a little Spanish, Coach. I know it's got to be very difficult for you and Dominga at times.
Well, we do speak Spanish. Let me tell you, it's funny. Y'all gonna laugh at this. Y'all know how I grew. I went to school in Texas, so you know how Mexicans, like when Mexicans are talking, and they need something in the store, and they might say burrito, Dr. Pepper, they might say $10, gasolina. They kind of say that,
like hand language.
Yeah, they kind of use hand language, and so
sign language.
Yeah, they use. No, I got you. Hey, we're gonna move on with that hand language.
It's technically not sign language, Nikki. So I feel like that was just a very clear, because it's just descriptive. It's not like there's a code to it. Like sign language has actual rules, where hand language is just like you're mimicking. So I get you. I'm Team Nikki. Look, I thought that was really cute.
But I know actual sign language, and I was like, hand language. So, girl, my mama is gonna be like, really? Because my mom has spoken sign language for my entire life. So wait for her to see this.
So I'm trying to. So listen, I put words together. So I think about Mexican people in Texas when I'm in these stores. Like, so when I'm talking to Dominga, to answer her question, when I'm talking to Dominga, like, let's say I want to go to the Chinese store and get some trash bags. Let's just say something like that. So she's like, okay, and I'll say, I say China, supermercado, basura, grande. See, I didn't know any of those Spanish words, but I piece them together. So I want to be able to, and I can say a couple sentences, and so my baby, she's just standing there like this, like Dominga's like this, like China, basura, supermercado, uh, ahorita. That
But
means
I
later
think
on.
people don't. Honest to God, John, I don't think people give you enough credit for the amount of Spanish that you do know. In all seriousness,
Yeah, I
I've
appreciate
seen
it.
many of your videos.
Yes,
We've Listen. They don't give you enough credit, and that's like all jokes aside. Like that's
I
real.
appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
It's
you know more than people know that you know.
Yes, I do. I do. And I pick up the words. I'm starting to understand conversations. They was talking about me in the barbershop about 2 weeks ago, and he said something about, yeah, he probably got a lot of money. And I said, I understand what you just said.
You know what you should do,
Exactly.
John? You and Jordan should sit around and just watch like the language videos together.
Oh, because
You
y'all,
and Jordan should do that. Y'all just sit there and both of y'all repeat it and y'all learn together. Bow.
so Dominga, because it's funny. Soul said this. She said, when Jordan starts going to school, you need to go like and practice and do all the ABCs with them and the numbers in Spanish. So
Yes.
I can learn Spanish along with Jordan.
I'm
There you
gonna
go.
send you a thing called I think it's pronounced Sile Barrio. I think that's how it's pronounced. I'm gonna email you that because what it is it's a book that has all the letters like the ABCs from A to Z. But what's really cool about it is it shows you how to pronounce that in the way that you pronounce the vowels. So for example, if you were on the letter B, it would
Right.
be ba be bi bo bu. The letter C, ka ke ki koku, like
Oh
that.
wow.
I'm gonna
That's,
send it to you. Yeah.
thank you.
I found out about this
Thank you so much.
after I was already speaking, and it when I say it tuned my accent perfectly.
Yes.
I got you.
Yeah. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna
And
show them something.
let me say this. I don't know if you know this, but we have so much racism in the United States, and people are so like they sensitive or whatever. Dominicans call people by who they are, and it's like they walk up to them and they say, like Domingo walk up to him
Like
and says,
fat,
China.
gorda,
No, they're like she's
China.
like China woman, come here, China woman, come here. Or like a dark skinned person. How you say dark skin? Like morena,
Negro,
negro,
prieto.
negro, ven acá, come here, ven acá. And I'm like, what? So like that's so imagine us, like Nicole or me or you saying in the United States, like China woman, come here. Or dark
It's so funny.
or dark or dark skinned boy, come over here. Let me talk to you. Come here. It's
That's
Here's
how
the
guys
thing
crazy.
about
act though.
Huh?
Hey, come here, Black. Say Black. Hey, Black, come here. Hey, what's
we
up, Red?
do that.
Don't talk to me, Red. So I mean, it just depends on where you at. You might
We do
hear it
kind of
out
do that. I
here.
have a cousin.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
That's true. I have a cousin too. He's dark skinned and his last name is White. His nickname has always been Black White. And I literally thought about that today. I was like, yeah, that's crazy. But he's right. And what we kind of do, we do a little bit like big boy. We don't say fatty, right? We'll
Right.
be like, yo, big boy, what's up? Or
But
what's
what I'm
up?
saying is I understand y'all
Slim,
talking
right? That's
about
Flacco.
yeah, I know what you're saying, but I'm talking about if you walk in the Home Depot, if you walk into Walmart and you say, hey, Chinese woman, you work in Walmart? Come here, let me talk to you. Come here, Chinese woman. That's how they talk in the
Yeah,
Dominican Republic.
that is true. But what's really messed up too though about that, John, some of
Mm-hmm.
these people when they say Chino or China, they're not
Mm-hmm.
Chinese. Some of them are Vietnamese. Some of them are
And
Philippines. Yeah,
that is they
yeah.
call they can be Filipino. They call everybody China.
But they don't correct them. They let it. They let
Right.
it. So it's
Hey,
like,
hey,
what are
I
we gonna
guess
do?
you spending money. They don't call. You can call them whatever you want to. You in their store, you spending money, so it don't matter. And y'all,
Yep.
just so everybody notice, Chinese people they sell in the Dominican Republic, and you can back me up on this, Nikki. They sell pica pollo. They sell
Oh yes.
Dominican. They sell Dominican clothes. They sell everything, just like in the United States. These
Yep.
Chinese people and Vietnamese people, they sell
And
cell
they
phones.
speak great Spanish too.
That's right, and they're
I
just
was like,
that's right. They will fix your phone for you. They will fix your cracked phone. They will do everything. And some of those people, like you said, they from like Vietnam and stuff like that, but they still say, China, come here, China, let me fix my phone for me, China. And so
yep,
I'm like, that's just funny to me. But yeah, I
it's
just
different, you
really,
know.
yeah. I just let me get to some of these questions here. I'm sorry. I know we've been talking. Hey, Anthony, go to Anthony Cole, please. Coach, your old lady must think that you got off the short bus when you speak Spanish. Nah, she laughs. Anthony, that's funny, brother, but she really laughs. Now, she when she's trying to speak English, it's super funny to me also. So it's it kind of goes back and forth.
That brings me to what, when you think about percentage wise, when you guys are speaking, what language is being spoken most of the time, percentage
Uh,
wise?
Spanglish,
Spanglish, yeah, yeah.
Spanglish, yeah.
Billy para store,
Like
yeah.
like
See,
yeah,
we're gonna eat.
like we have a routine. Well, like when you live with somebody, like when Domingo wakes up in the morning, we'll go for sometimes we go for a walk if I'm not in a lot of pain. But Domingo has the coffee ready, like so like a lot of stuff is already like done, and now she'll ask me, do I want uh pollo? Do I want how you say beef?
Frito,
Yeah, beef. How you say beef
carne,
in Spanish? Carne.
carne or
Yeah, she
res.
say carne. Yeah. She asked for arroz. She says things like that. So we it's I tell you what, it's improving. It's getting easier.
Absolutely, I love that. I think about a lot of the times how it would have been had I met him when I like very first started learning Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how would that have gone for me?
Right.
Because sometimes, how can I put this? So, in English, sometimes the way that I want to express something on a
Mm-hmm.
higher level, like for
Mm-hmm.
example, if I wanted to say on a low level, oh, I want to buy something that costs a lot, right? That's low level English. But instead, I would say I would like to buy something that's expensive or cost effective, right? That's two different. It's like elementary as opposed to like college level. And so
Right.
sometimes in Spanish, I find myself like reading so that I can get better, so that to make my English level of
Right.
English
That
meet
makes
my
sense.
Spanish, and that it's
Yeah.
not just like me saying surface level things.
Right.
That for me has been like a big thing, especially when we're arguing
Let me ask you
or
this.
in a discussion.
Right. Let me ask you this. Do you see that Dominican people, and I've been to quite a few countries, but Dominican people, they do a lot of yelling and pointing their fingers, and they real aggressive. Like compared to
Mhm.
Puerto Rico people, Dominican people, like when they speak, they speak with a lot of energy, and seems like people get offended or like they what do you think about that?
I'll use the word passionate, and I'm going to
Passionate.
tell you something. Where we've stayed for this month,
Mhm.
I'm ready to be very passionate, right? And get outside of this goddamn door and let them know, hey, can you just talk to your kid and stop yelling at them? Can you maybe not wash your dishes at effing 2 o'clock in the morning? Like, what the F is going on over there? Like, what are you doing?
Right. Hmm.
But I'm with you. It's been a whole lot of, oye, coño, dame una cosa, cállate, siéntate, ¿qué tú haces? Just a lot of just,
Yes. Yes.
and I'm like, oh my God. Here's the
And they use
problem when
they
we're
use
talking
their
Airbnbs
hand.
and things.
What's that? Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
Oh, and I even do that too. I do that now too. I'm very much with my hands. Behind me, you can't see because I have it blurred, but these are windows
Okay.
and they're metal slits. So
Right.
when you slide it up, it's outside,
Mm-hmm.
which is why we can hear everything. And at first, I literally thought someone was in our house. And I was
Gotcha.
like, Papi, hay alguien aquí? And he's like, no, no one's here. And I'm like, no, but I hear them. He's like, no, babe, it's that there's not a for real window there. And I'm like, oh my God.
Well,
Next place.
I have a neighbor, and she is a prostitute. She is a prostitute,
Uh-huh.
and I can hear her having sex every day. I'm like, man, and we have our windows shut and everything, and I hear a different man voice every day, and I'm just, and me and Domingo, we just do like this sometimes. We're like, oh my goodness, yeah.
That is insane. And I just told
Go ahead, go ahead.
Kelvin, I was like, Papi, tú sabes.
Or or she's
John
faithful.
said that he yes,
I
of
think
course
she
she's
is.
taking it.
I think she
Duh.
is taking it because she
We
said,
all take it at our jobs. What you mean? I pretend like I'm happy at work every day. I pretend like I like people. I don't. I laugh at jokes that aren't funny. She's doing what she got. Listen, she's doing her job.
"You're right, Cole. Hey, ask Domingo next weekend. I mean, well, we're gonna try to have Domingo on in a couple weeks. Y'all remind me to ask Domingo about the prostitute that lives behind us. She makes the same noise. She says the same words every single time in Spanish. I'm not gonna repeat them, but it's they're like locked in my head.
How old is she?
She has to be about 25, 24. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. She's
Woo.
Miss. She might be 22. She might be 22 years old. But I see
Oh.
her, and like, so I don't. We don't see her until at nighttime. We see her walking in with different guys, and then like in the morning, in the daytime, she's sleeping in the daytime, and but she's working at night. She's working, and
Lord
and
Jesus.
she comes through that gate and walk to the back, and then I say, baby, about 30 more minutes, all you can hear is woo, woo, woo. I was like, oh my God, come on, let's go. Anyway, next thing.
I have a question for you, John.
uh-huh.
How did you feel the first time that you realized that you were locked inside of your house with an actual lock?
Um, it felt kind of it felt it did feel a little funny, but I did get some what do you call those things that you can break the bars with? Crowbar, not crowbar. What they call it?
Pliers,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
pliers or
It's
the
So
clippers or whatever.
you think like me. You think like me because
well,
hello, if something were
yeah,
to happen and you can't get out, it's a done deal. And
right.
people, that's something that I just did a video yesterday, and I'm gonna put it up on my YouTube about it, expressing how dangerous that is. The
Oh,
very
thank
first
you,
time
Mr.
that I
Booker,
came
bolt
here,
cutter.
both cutters.
Yes, thank
The
you, brother.
very
Thank you, brother.
thank you, Mr. Peppers. The first time that I came here, my godmom locked me in her house. I had no idea that I
Right,
was locked in her house,
right.
meaning that had there been a fire, I would have burned inside of it
Oh my
because
God.
I had no way
And
to get out of it because of
I
all the
do
bars.
think of that, and I'm just like you. I'm always thinking, and I had foster kids, so the fire department and they would always have to come do an inspection every year with the foster kids and the kids that I always had. So we would have ladders. So I have a ladder and I have bolt cutters also. So and I'm always looking like, okay, if it's a fire in the front, I'll go out the back, and then I got this ladder to climb the big wall and escape like that. But you hear about these accidents in these other countries like the Dominican Republic where people burn up because they can't find the key. And because I have two locks on my front door, and if I don't And sometimes like Soul will take the key and we can't find the key. And what if there's a fire and then, we all die, So I always have an exit plan, and I have those bolt cutters right there. I have a baseball bat and I have bolt cutters underneath my bed. Baseball bat and bolt cutters.
And see, here's the thing, John. I am a concealed carry. I have a 9 millimeter there in the U.S.
Okay.
That is one of the things that my very first time coming here, I felt completely naked
Hmm.
because with my gun in the US, I literally don't go anywhere without it. When I
Right.
walk my dog, Nina is on my chest, like always,
Right.
because of how crazy things have gotten. And
Yes.
so when I got here, I was like, oh my God, how do I?
Right.
And, me being of a darker tone, I
Hmm.
have even been more careful about that because if I were to get stopped with something, they may say, oh, she's Haitian, put her in the goddamn truck thing. You know
Right.
how and I see the truck all the time and
All
it
the
makes me
time.
so sad to see that. But hey, I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know who's done what or anything like that. But it's very scary. And I've also been pulled. Did I tell you about that? When I got
No, you
pulled
didn't
at
tell me about
the
that. Uh-uh.
I got pulled at the yeah, I got pulled at the airport
Really?
on the trip before last. They
Okay.
pulled me out of customs and put me in a room
Hmm.
and they interrogated me and they
Wow.
asked me in Spanish, um, what are you doing here? Why have you been here so many times? Where did
Wow.
you stay? How long did you stay there? And the
Hmm.
last question was, are you alone? And my answer was, no, my husband's in the line waiting for me.
Right. Okay.
And of
Gotcha.
course, that was a lie because I was
Right.
already up about to get on the plane. He had already gotten in. He waits for me until I go up the elevator. You know that elevator, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Oh, it's so sad to go up the elevator because then you can't see them. I
I
hate the
know. I know.
elevator.
I know. I do too. Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, so I go up the elevator and nothing. But yeah, so the minute I said my husband is in the line waiting for me, they
Gotcha.
said, okay, you can go ahead and go. And I'm so glad that I had the thought to lie and say, "Oh, I'm not alone."
But they every time I go through the checkpoint, they always ask me, "What are you doing here?" And I just say the same thing. I'm here to coach some kids in baseball, and they say, "Oh, you play?" And I tell them I play with the Yankees and all of that stuff, and they say, "Oh."
Yeah,
And sometimes they ask for my autograph, but they always ask me, "What am I doing here?" Like you said, I have so many stamps on my passport, and like, what are you doing here? Why are you coming
right.
here? And I just say the same thing, baseball, and they're like, oh yeah, we eat and sleep baseball, so that makes sense.
Yep, exactly. It's even better for you.
Yeah,
And
it's
I've
better.
had so many stamps in such a short amount of time. So yeah,
Yeah.
they're like, "What are you doing?"
Mr. Pepper says, I'll be in Santo Domingo Saturday. Has anyone been to the movie theater there? I have seen the movie theaters, but I have not been. So go ahead. Have you?
I've not, and I was just telling Kelvin about that. I was like, babe, I want to go to the movie theater here because I don't really like to go to the movies in the US anymore because they shoot it up. I mean, they've been doing crazy things. And and as I already mentioned, I keep my gun on me. So if I do go back to the movies in the US, I will definitely have my gun on me.
Right,
I hate that I feel that way. I
right,
hate it.
right.
But to answer the question, have not been Mr. Peppers. Let us know where you're going to go see, where you're going to go do it, because I would like to go too.
That's right. That's cool. That's cool. Now in Puerto Rico, I went about 3 or 4 times with DJ and my son AB, and they tell you like the show times, and they have it in English and they have it in Spanish. So they have the different show times. So maybe I don't know if they have that, but I do have to check that out. Um,
Now I have a question real quick, Nikki, because Quan asked this too. When you say you keep it on your chest, are you like tucking it between your boobs? Like where are you putting it?
Oh, that's a great question, and I would have asked the same thing. Yeah. Um. So I don't. I was gonna make a joke and say I don't have a lot of boobies, but anyway. No, I have a fanny pack. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show you, papi. Me puede pasar la vaina roja esa, rosada esa que está ahí en el bulto. No, 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 ajá, esa. asking.
You finna show your pistol? You finna show? Oh, I thought you had a pistol.
I wish I could. But yeah, so this is when I had it.
Oh, it was there.
Right there, always.
Awesome.
Right inside of there. Great question.
Oh, that's nice. I like that. Did John leave us? Okay.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Somebody had Johanna had a question
And-
for you, John. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish what you were saying. We'll get to this in a second. Nikki, go ahead.
Me?
Yeah.
You had a question?
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, I had also purchased what I call a bedside, what I call it, bedside. I forgot what I called it, but anyways, it slides under. Like, let's say that's the mattress. It slides under the mattress, and then it goes down, and inside of there, the gun goes right inside of it. So if I ever needed to just roll over, and I have the night sight on there.
Yes. Right.
So I can see when it's dark. Yeah.
Cool.
And it's crazy because I used to be scared of guns, but I'm more so ready to defend my life and that of my family instead of being scared. Like,
holster.
No,
The holster. Already say holster. Okay, Joanna says, did Dominga think you was Dominican before she ever heard you talk? No.
She probably did.
No, I don't think so, because when I walked in and I was looking through the window, Dominga was cooking, and I was looking through the window, and she probably thought I was a stalker because she was cooking. She was at work. Jennifer had brought me over there, and I was cooking, and I was looking through, and I think she could tell that I was, and that's a good question. I'm gonna ask her, did she think I was Dominican? But she has never dated an American guy. I'm the first one that she's ever dated, and she said
and I'm
that
his first.
Oh, really? That's cool.
And
That's
his first brown.
Oh, really? Chocolate brown. That's good.
That's the one.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So, what else? Hey guys, we're gonna stay on. We're gonna just open up. Does anybody have any questions or comments? Because these last 45 minutes, we're gonna stay on. And if you guys have any open questions or comments or anything like that, y'all make sure y'all shoot them at us, because we both live in the Dominican Republic. We're learning. We don't know everything, but I know a lot of people want to visit the Dominican Republic. They want to live here. So if you have any questions, y'all make sure y'all shoot them. We're going to try to get them to them. Sometimes we might miss your question. You might have to ask the question again, yeah, because
I do have a quick question.
Go ahead.
What hairstyle are you doing over there? Because you whipping something up.
Oh, my daughter. Listen, we were supposed to start on her hair yesterday. It was my dad's birthday too, as well as DJ's birthday. So we were at my dad's house all day yesterday, and
Happy
then today
birthday, Dad and DJ.
I know, right? And then today she decided to sleep till like 2, and I was like, "Girl, you got school tomorrow." So I'm just like low key.
Whipping it, flipping it. Listen, I do my own hair, and John, you said nothing about my new hair.
I love
my
hair.
real hair. I don't have.
It's moving. It's gorgeous. It's curled.
She's
the
trying
curls
to
are
give all that
clumping.
she
It looks
can
gorgeous.
I really do
Thank
love
you.
it. No, I really do love it. I love it.
And side note, and I know we have a question there real quick, but let me just say the side note on some girl stuff to Co. Honey, they took my goddamn gel, my really good one that lets me do a 5-day leave out at the goddamn airport, because I flipped it around, took that stupid Frontier for the first goddamn time. We'll never do it again, let me tell you, because I was so worried about the effing 40 pounds. Girl, don't even get me started. So then I had to get some other gel, but I'm gonna get it right. Don't you worry. And I brought some here with me, so she's gonna have her braids again. Thank you.
I had a couple passport bros. They text me on WhatsApp and they said, I have too many women on the channel. I need to slow it down. And I see what they're talking about. You guys are talking about jail. You're talking about getting your hair done.
Well, actually, RA has a question after you address this super chat. So
okay. Anyway, super chat. What is the process of the retirement visa? That's a great question, RJ. Thank you,
It is a
RA.
great question.
Thank you for the super chat. I cannot answer that question, but let me tell you this, brother. Make sure you text me on WhatsApp this evening, and then I'm going to help you out with both of those questions. You also asked about helping out with the Spanish program, but I also want to tell you I will help you out with the retirement visa because I know Troy and I know another guy that can help you out with that. So make sure you hit me up on 225-409-8806. So I'm going to help you out with that process, brother. Thank you so much for your contribution to the Dominican route and helping out. I appreciate it. So go ahead, Cole.
Oh wait, so you didn't even tell me what style you're doing because I got busy running
Oh,
my
sorry.
little lips.
Oh,
Oh,
Lord.
Or my
I'm
big
doing
lips.
mini twists.
Oh,
I'm doing
Lord.
mini twists on her hair. She's thinking about getting locks, so we're gonna try this out to see how it works. But RA wanted to know what you put in your hair. His wife is curious.
Oh,
Okay.
And he donates, so John can't get upset.
yes. Go ahead,
Thank
Ari.
you. Hello. So, so this on the trip here, I had to go to the store and they did have Eco Styler. So I had to get the Argon Eco Styler. I
Oh,
normally use, yeah, there's a newer Eco Styler that's even better though. It's a gel and it's a cream gel is what they're calling it. And that's what they took from me. And I was like, God dang it, I just found this and they're gonna take it from me. And that's what allowed me to have the 5 day long wash and go. And it really kept my curls and elongated them. Cause you see, honey,
they are really
they
pretty. I've heard Dominican people, like I've heard like from the New York girls when they talk about it, they like if you go to Dominicans for like your hair done, they don't always know how to deal with like black hair necessarily. Like I've heard like they'll do a good blowout, but then your hair is gonna break off in a week. So I'd probably be doing it myself if I went out there because I'd be afraid.
yeah,
But
yes, when it comes to a blowout, right? I've learned my lesson years ago.
Cool.
Some of them do a good job and they do protect your hair, but some of them don't. So you're taking a gamble, and I will not gamble because my hair's down to my bra strap now. Like I'm not playing games with these folks. Like no.
Hey, this is a great question. Martha Cook says, I wanted to ask Coach, this knowing you live in the Dominican Republic, and Nikki, you can help me out with this. Has Dominicans ever witnessed hail like we do in the States when it gets a storm? I have been in about 4 storms in the Dominican Republic in almost 4 years. And I have not, that's a great question. I have not seen any tornadoes or any type of hail or anything like that. How about you, Nikki?
No, I haven't either. I don't know that they get that. And I would assume that that would be because of the fact that in the US, we get that cold type of climate. So it's going to have that clash that happens with the ice and as cold as it gets up there. And then it meets down here. I mean, I'm a whole meteorologist here. You guys are welcome. You
y'all,
know,
we had hail yesterday.
Oh,
It was
really?
100 degrees outside.
Oh, that,
It
yeah,
was
that's
wait, where are
110
crazy.
you
before Louisiana.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I was like, it was a lot of marble-sized hail yesterday. And I'm like, how are we getting hail in 100-degree weather? It was crazy. Did y'all get that in Texas, John?
That's crazy. No, oh no, we hadn't got any rain in Texas. Nothing. No.
We had a hailstorm. And I was like,
Yeah, the world the world is changing. It's crazy. Hey, Quan says,
I
what is Quan talking about right here? They will
oh, the
fry.
Dominicans will fry black hair.
Oh, they will fry black hair. Do you think it?
Yeah, like it'll like you get they'll just put too much heat on it and then it'll burn it off. It's a specific way you have to straighten black hair because it tends to be drier. So you can't run the heat over it constantly because it'll break off.
So
and
what?
it's not. Let's be clear. It's not just black hair. It's also Dominican women who have coarser hair as well, right? Like it's like it gets to be so touchy when we talk about like hair types,
Oh, really?
right?
Okay.
So yeah. But what I'm saying is that we all know that there are black women in America and there are Dominican women, obviously in Dominican, who have similar hair types
Gotcha.
on both ends, right?
Right.
So for the more coarse hair, yeah, you cannot just burn the hell out of it because yes, it will break off for sure. And
Wow.
that's why now I typically will do like a silk press instead of a Dominican blowout.
Gotcha. Gotcha. You see, I got to get my tattoos in my forehead, my head touched up. I don't know if you knew that I had tattoos. Did you know I had a tattoo, a permanent line in my head? Did you know that, Nikki?
You are lying,
The
John.
point of getting it, John, is to not tell people about it, but he likes to like announce it. I don't know what
Is
that's
he? But no,
about.
is he serious?
Yes.
Yes. That's tat. That's
That
a
is
tat.
so dope.
Does it look?
Oh my god, bro! Like I'm not even playing with you. That's dope. Like,
So
thank
yeah,
you. Let these guys know they need to do it too. Co,
yeah.
he's helping these people.
Actually,
He's helping them.
my hairline stops about right here, but
John's an
Oh
oversharer.
my
so I
god.
blended. So I got it felt like a whole bunch of bees. It took about 4 hours for them to they just imagine somebody doing this for about 4 hours.
No, no, I get it. It's like when we get the tattoos here on this part and all.
Right.
John, that was a great purchase. I
Thank you
love
so
it.
much. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I look like George Jefferson before then.
Look, every time that Rico says radio in my mind, I kid you not, I hear in my head, I like that one, coach. I like that one, coach. Every goddamn time. Because that's like me and my sister's inside joke from the movie Radio.
Right.
I love that movie Radio. It's
I
such a
do
good
too. Yeah,
one.
I do too. I
We did
called
have a
Rico.
super chat. We had
Oh,
a
thank
super
you.
chat from King Toys.
I appreciate it. I call Rico can't get right. So you know, like good. So anyway, let me go ahead and read this super chat. Hey, coach, when you finally eat Haitian food, please eat the black rice with some fried turkey. Thank
Why
me
not?
later. Okay, I will make sure my people can cook. Yeah, I love Haitian people. King Choice, thank you so much for the super chat, brother. And I will ask about. So it's gonna be Darlene. Darlene lives across the street from him, so Darlene's gonna be with me. So they all they speak is Spanish and Creole. So I will ask for them to cook uh, black rice and fried turkey. I'll
I
definitely do
love fried turkey. But speaking of Darlene, Zane had a question earlier
that.
that said, how long are the girls from the dance class staying in New York? And are you going with them and Darlene?
That's a great question. I plan on going with them. Like me and Nikki, we're gonna get together and we're gonna go and talk to them about everything. We're gonna get all those details because a lot of
Yes,
things
it
I
all
do
plays
not
out.
know. So we'll
Yeah.
get all of that. But that's a great question. But I do want to go with them next year to the dance competition. That'll be cool, and it'll be cool for some Dominican route family to come over there and sit in the stands and go and cheer them on too. That would be cool. Yep. Uh, what is this? Danielle coach think he's oh, okay, anyway. Bigelow with the head tattoo. I appreciate it.
Daniel, don't Daniel or is it Daniel? Either
Danielle.
way, Daniel or Daniel, don't be a hater. All right,
That's
he
right.
looks great with that tattoo.
Thank
And
you,
you know
Nick.
what, Coach? People probably think that I kiss your butt or something. No,
No,
it's that I really like you. Like
I
I
appreciate it.
connect with you. I don't have to kiss anyone's butt. Like get out of here.
That's right. That's right. If you like somebody, like if you like some, I'm like you. If you like somebody car, if they got a nice car, nice Mercedes Benz, I'm gonna say, hey, you got a nice car, man. You know, I ain't gonna hate. That's right. That I'm look at that.
Let me tell you something. When you love what you got going on, you can
That's right.
appreciate what others have going on. Like get out of
That's
here.
it.
Listen,
I
I got a little sprinkle of Wendy Williams in
Mhm.
me. How you doing?
How you doing?
what's the guy name that said?
Okay.
DJ, what is DJ peeking at?
Go ahead, DJ. What'd you say?
I just agree with what the guy said.
What, Danielle?
Yeah.
What do you say? Coach think he's I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
Now he came in just to shade you.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
I know.
it.
Andy Shady?
Go, DJ. All right. So next thing, we have I
Oh,
believe
DJ, wait, hold on. I'm interrupting you, John. DJ, already wants you to know, awesome game.
DJ already said awesome game. You did good.
It's so funny. John sends me highlights of DJ playing football, and it's so many people on there. I'm always like, which one is he? I just look for the biggest one, like taking heads off, and I'm like, oh, the big one. That's DJ.
No, yeah, that's right. The big one.
The
That's
one that looks like a grown man on the field, but he's only like 16.
right.
That's my cousin right there.
And throwing people around and jumping on top of people. That's right. That's him. Yeah. A lot of people say. A lot of people always say, "Which one's DJ?" And they be like, "Don't worry about it. I see him."
Exactly.
I love it.
Yeah. So I plan on, the channel is growing. We have a lot of stuff going on, and Nikki, with you being a part of it, is so many things we can do, especially with you being able to translate. So like we'll be able to interview more women. We'll be able to interview more men. We'll be able to interview like older. That's what I want to do. I want to interview like people that's 100 years old, 95 years old, and like get the wisdom and the knowledge and the culture from what they went through, because what their parents told them and their grandparents told them, before they kind of die out. I would love to know, like, from all sides, from the Dominican black side, the Dominican Spanish side, the Dominican indigenous side, and the Dominican Haitian side, because a lot of people don't talk about. They have a lot of Dominican Haitians also.
There are a ton of them, and I just had that conversation with my husband today. John, I think that at some point I've already been planning to do a documentary, and I have to have you on that project. And I know that that was already kind of like something that you probably had in the forefront that you had planned to do. And everything that what you're talking about right now is a big part of that. So, we're gonna get Co up in there. She's gonna fly out, fly in. We're gonna get her flued out. Okay.
Yeah.
We got to have her part of that as well. And so I forgot the question. I'm sorry. What was
No,
the
you're
question?
good. You're good. I'm reading Trujillo, aka African Dominican. I was born and raised in the Dominican Republic, but I'm going to college in St. Louis in the United States, and I never been to the United States. Please help me. What should I expect there? Well, I'll go. You want me to go first?
You can go first.
Cole, you want to go? Okay. All right. I think expect that you're gonna spend a lot of money. Everything is costly, and just understand that we have races here. We have black, white, and people are really into the black and white thing, and it's a lot of good white people out there. It's a lot of good black people out there, but so many people are kind of butthurt right now over the politics and what's going on. So just really be careful that. And if this is the picture of you here, you're considered as a black person in the United States. So you are black. So just be careful. Make sure you respect the police officers. All police officers are not bad people. So I don't know if people tell you that, but they do have a lot of good police officers in the United States. But just be careful with that. And there's racism out there. I've had white people to just look at me crazy for no reason and just mean mug me because I was sitting in the VIP section or something like that. So just expect that some white people just don't like you to be around. They don't like black people to be around certain areas, and that's just what it is. Yeah, but go ahead, Nick.
Andres, I second what John is saying, and congratulations to you. That is such an awesome opportunity for you. So we are cheering you on. We're so excited for you. Juan Carlos Santana says that St. Louis is ghetto, that he used to live there. And I think that's kind of like another warning sign to be careful there. If you want my email address to kind of reach out to me and I can give you some tips outside of the conversation, and I'm sure Coach will be willing to do that as well. Absolutely. But, like you said, just have respect. If you ever do get pulled over, just be respectful. You know, If they're asking for your driver's license, just give them that. Whatever they're asking, just give it to them.
I like
Don't
that.
give them any problems. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. And also, what was the other part of the question? I forgot. He's going to college there,
And
and what
he
was?
just he just had should I expect what should I expect?
Thank you, Co.
Mhm,
Oh
mhm.
yeah, Co. Okay. Thank you, Co. Oh, you're doing a good job, girl.
I know.
Listen, magical. I'm just gonna say magical. Yep, yep. Um. So
Let me
I
read
think you're.
this. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think Andreas, you're gonna have a great time. I
Oh,
think you're
yes.
gonna
I
meet
think yes.
people. You're gonna get to speak more English. You're going to learn a lot. Just make sure that you continue to keep in contact with your family and your friends. And Coach and I are here. If you have questions and you are nervous about something,
Right. Reach out
definitely
to
reach
us.
out because we want you to be safe.
And drugs are very big in the United States, so that's another big thing. And RA says that, but RA says be careful not to get into a daybreak accusation. College
Accusation,
drinking
yes.
and code can be trouble. Stay a camper on campus. I think your first year because you are new to the United States, unless you are with college kids. That's true. I'll say this. Uh, a lot of Dominican people and people just from other countries. When I was with the Yankees, I had five Dominican guys, and I'm not picking on Dominican people, but they just don't know
You're
any
speaking
better.
about your experience.
My
Your experience
experience,
is your
right?
experience. Yes.
They had sex with 14 and 15-year-old white girls here, and they got deported back. I think the Yankees had to. They of course they don't ever talk about it, but the Yankees had to pay those white families.
Undisclosed. Ay, Dios
Yeah,
mío.
and they had to. And then just like one day, we would just see their stuff just packed up, and they would be gone back to the Dominican Republic. So uh, a lot of times you have 16, 17, 18-year-old boys that come from the Dominican Republic and they have sex with these 14 and 15-year-old girls. And it in the Dominican Republic, they it's not legal, but it's not really forced, and and it's a lot of times that you
It's not as a big of a big deal.
right,
And
right.
coach, you also know about back in the day, there were a lot of people doing false paperwork
Oh yeah.
saying that they
Oh,
were
that's another.
younger
Don't get.
or older. That there's a whole documentary about it, and I love that documentary. It was
Yeah, I
so
haven't
good.
watched it, but I have to watch it.
You
But
heard
yeah,
about
it's yeah, I
it. You
heard
got to
about it.
watch it.
I will. I
Yeah.
will. Yeah, so it happens a lot. So being Dominican, don't come over here sleeping with girls. Make sure you check their ID. Make sure everything is legit. Because
They're not drunk. Don't sleep with people who are like drunk and intoxicated, unless like that's a part, like your partner, like your girlfriend or something, maybe. Things like that. I think that was kind of. I think that's what RA was trying to say. I think because I was like kind of
right.
confused. I was like a date rape accusation. That usually comes with like
Yeah.
putting something in somebody's drink or something. But I think he was meaning like
Yeah.
don't be in circles where people are doing a lot of drugs. Just try to.
That's true. That's
Try to
right.
focus on if you focus on college, if you focus on like your experience, if you focus on like your studies and go there, you know what I'm saying, and do your what you're there to do, I think you'll be okay.
Yeah.
We're giving
And
you
it's
a lot of
okay to have
scary
fun
stuff.
too.
Right.
Yeah, I
Have
was going to
safe
say that
fun. Have
it's
safe
a lot of
That's
scary
right.
focus we're giving you, but it sounds like we're like, oh my God, don't rape people, don't drink, don't do that. It's gonna be good. You'll have a good
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
You just you
Yep.
hear about the horror stories and people talk about them, but it's just think of like Cole say, it's so many people that's doing the right thing and just have fun and just use your common sense. But yeah, I just heard some horrible stories where you had some great athletes and they had to get deported back to the Dominican
That
Republic.
seems weird. It seems like if those athletes came over here, they would know that they're not supposed to be messing with 15-year-olds, though, right?
But in the Dominican
Here's the
Go ahead, Nikki. You got it.
Yeah, Coach and I, our minds are touching. It's not, and that's what's sad because
Like in the
you know.
Yankees, what age are those men though?
But
16,
here's the
17, 18 years old.
here,
We
Joining the Yankees?
yeah, we have
here,
yeah,
Okay,
16.
I'm not. I don't. I'm when I hear Yankees, I'm thinking like
I
college
grown
men.
man.
Okay.
I was drafted
Okay,
by
I'm sorry.
I was 19 when I was drafted by the Yankees,
Well,
and
19 is different than 16.
no, you're right. Yeah, but they have a lot of 16. They have a lot of
Here,
16,
here's
17, 18 year olds. Go ahead.
Okay.
here's the thing, Co. I want you to watch the documentary. There's a documentary that shows about Dominican baseball players lying, or not even them, their parents from day one lying on their birth certificate, saying that they're younger than they are, and sometimes older than they are, so that they can get drafted,
And
right?
more money. And
And
more
so
money.
because the Yes. And so because the paperwork says that, they come without having a John or a Nikki to say, listen, this is what it really is. We understand that culturally in DR, you have done these things over there. These are the things that will take your dream. These are the things that will not make it possible for the life that you thought that you were coming here to have. And then put on top of that, depending on their complexion, right?
Right. That's
It's
true.
like our
Yeah.
it's a
I,
lot that comes with that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So it's totally different. Like you see a lot of men trying to hit on. Hey, I just sent you that email, Cole. That I mean that on WhatsApp
Look.
that the
Okay,
guy.
I guess I kind of assume like I know with football, maybe this is a newer thing, but I know like when you go into those like professional spaces, like I thought the coaches have conversations with the players about like women. I know they do that for football because I've heard women be like, oh, I'm like the coaches will tell the players like, oh, when we go here, look out for this one girl who's a known
And
groupie.
some of them
Don't
do
mess
do
with her.
that for
So
sure.
okay,
There's
but
That
that makes
happens.
yeah,
sense.
there's
That
I'm glad you
happens.
guys
and,
explained
and
it.
and that's the thing too. It depends on what city, what state, what type
Okay,
of
yeah.
coach it is.
That's right.
Does the
Mm,
coach really care about their player? Some of them are just looking at the dollar sign. And
And,
what are you gonna go ahead, coach? You can speak
and
to
a lot
that.
of times, they tell them, and they just still do it because those hormones in a 17, 18-year-old, 16-year-old boy. Hey, they gonna sleep with a 14, 15-year-old girl, and then they'll try to.
but yeah, that's back to my original point that they
Right.
knew that they weren't supposed to do it.
Yeah, sometimes that does happen. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
we just had a 27-year-old allegedly to sleep with a 15-year-old girl, and he's worth $50 million, and
And he
they
lost it. He lost it, John.
yeah
You know that you
yeah
sent me the article, and I'm like,
yeah, and he's Dominican, and the girl's
Mhm.
Dominican, and
Maybe
he's
that's what
he,
Quan's talking
he's
about.
he's on video like kissing a 14, 15-year-old Dominican girl.
I
So
would have to get to them before I did, because I'd be ready to do jail time.
yeah.
Like
but
I would have already called my dad
Co,
and been like, have the bail money together, and I guarantee you, my dad would be like, drop her off here
but
and do what
here's
you got.
You
but
listen to
Co,
this.
here's
Go
the
ahead,
gag
Nikki.
though. Here's the
Right.
gag. Her mama, and this is
What's the word?
allegedly, okay, because I don't want any of us to get sued. Allegedly, her mama knew what the deal was. And I say
Right.
that because
Money.
this young girl had been going out with him allegedly, and there's video footage, like he said, of them kissing, doing all of that. Then the minute that she had asked him for what she asked him for, a car and whatever else it was, right, John?
Yes.
That's when she rang the alarm, and that's when mom, because only the parent, only the mom or dad can go to the police and do the report. The child cannot do it. It doesn't matter if they do it or not. They don't accept that. It has to be the mom or the dad. So the mom went, rang the alarm, allegedly. And because of that, boom, he's caught up. So my thing is, I think mom was grooming daughter, allegedly, to be with him. And
Right.
if he doesn't give you the car and the money, yank.
That's what
And
happens.
that's
Yeah.
what happened.
That happens all the time. That happens all the time.
Yeah, definitely.
I've been a part of it, so I've seen it. When I say I've been a part of it, I've been like
Yeah,
in
be careful with how you say that.
yeah. I've been a part. I've been a part of like the Yankees organization where I've been a part where, they're packing people up, and you're like, oh man, what happened to little Johnny? What happened to this? And so like that's what I mean. So you're actually a part of it when you are with that organization, with the football organization, and then and right, Cole, you're right. When you see it firsthand, and you're like one of your teammates is being like handcuffed and walked out of the facility. So I've seen that firsthand. Let me say it like
Wow.
that.
Yeah, John, don't let them don't get him a little clip to take out this live.
Yeah.
No. Allegedly, John, allegedly.
Right.
Oh, well, the people he's
That's
talking
it.
about, he saw him go, right?
No, yeah, not now. When I was with the Yankees organization, I would see people get handcuffed and taken out for whatever reason, and
So you saw them being handcuffed and taken out allegedly for accusations
right,
of those types of things.
Right,
there we are.
And I'm not saying anybody's name, but yeah, you're right. It's I mean, yeah, they just disappeared, and they did something wrong, and that was the end of it. So yeah.
And for the record, everything that we're saying here is allegedly. John, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. We're going to be famous. I'm certainly going to be famous. Yes. So it's all allegedly. You understand?
Yeah. That's why I told him be careful with those words too. I'm always talking to John about that, especially, with some of the stuff that he has going on. I'm like, listen, get ready. Don't make it easy for people to come in and try to attack you,
Oh, Co, I got his front, his back, his middle, all of that. We're family now. I got all of
Ranch. Oh yeah. I know Nikki got my back too. Ranch says mom was grooming her, just like you said, Nikki. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. Just like all those Hollywood kids and stuff. Listen, that stuff happens all the time. Right. Allegedly.
It does. Allegedly, yep. And let me tell you something. My degree is in business. So I took business law 1 and 2. And when I had to do my lawsuit, who won? Me. I'm just saying.
No, that's cool. Hey, my back is, I've been having a couple rough days, so my back and my neck is hurting. So we're gonna wrap it up in about 10 more minutes. But does anybody have any questions before we go? And Nikki, go ahead, Cole. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just clicked on a question. You can read it, Nikki.
Go ahead, Nikki.
What Tommy says, hey, Coach, I am Puerto Rican. Have you seen any Puerto Ricans living in Dominican Republic?
I haven't. One. I don't know if he was living there, but I think he was just visiting. Puerto Rican. I lived in Puerto Rico for almost a year, and then I lived in the Dominican Republic. But they are totally different. Puerto Ricans and Dominicans are totally different. So,
I second that.
Yeah. So, but I have not, and I see them. I hear about them visiting, but I don't. I don't think they live here. A lot of Dominicans try to go to live in Puerto Rico. I know that for sure. But yeah.
And they've been successful. They've been successful.
Yes.
I've heard stories, and that's not allegedly. That's real my life. All right. I have the receipts to back it up. Now, Coach, what were you going to ask me? Do you remember?
What? I didn't hear you. Say it again.
I said you were going to ask me something. Do you remember what it was?
No, I'm sorry. I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Anthony, I know. You and I both have ADHD.
I know. Right. Anthony says those underage young guys not chaperone with the Yankees organization. No, when you're in the minor leagues, you really don't have time for they can't pay for all those chaperones. And remember, every professional team has 5 or 6 minor league teams, and it's just very hard to keep up with them. They give them instructions. A lot of those Dominicans, they have to go to English class, and they try to help them out. And I think they're really been improving on, kind of watching over these kids that come from a different country, because they can get caught up real easy, like some of those kids those teenage kids that were caught up in the Yankees organization allegedly. Yes. So anyway, T Swing says, yes, we are different, Coach. That's true. That's right. Okay, question. Eric says, have you thought about seeing another spinal specialist about your back, Coach? Um,
Great question.
that is a great question. Now, I have a bulging disc from when I was assaulted and I hit the side of a pole and I was assaulted. So that bulging disc, workman's comp, they will pay for it, but workman's comp is so slow, and they said I can have the surgery, but I'm trying to hold off on that surgery. So I have a lot of pain. I have spasms, but my neck is my biggest issue right now. But that's a good question. I just I'm it's really hard for me to see a spine specialist because workman's comp only covers like certain people. Let me put it like that because
And it's
you
a
know,
long wait
it
too.
is
Whenever he does get like
approval.
it's months before he gets approved to even go see somebody, and they're very expensive out of pocket. So, and I think you still did you ever get that screw? One of the screws broke.
It's
Did they fix
broken.
that?
No, so I have a broken screw in my neck, and then
Oh my God.
I have and then I have to get my back. Eventually, I'm gonna have to have back surgery. So
Yeah.
yeah, so you're right, Cole. No, and if that screw keeps shifting and getting worse and starting putting Nikki
Pressure.
pressure on my nervous system, then I'm gonna have to have another surgery. And right now, like I can move my
Don't
neck.
get to moving a lot. He
Yeah,
always do too much when he feel good.
yeah.
I'm always fussing at him.
I don't feel that good, but
Yeah.
you can take Cole, my cousin, she always take care of me. But I used to be able to put my chin on my shoulder. I said it right that time.
Yeah, you did. You said it right. His shoulder. Good job. Proud of
Like, hey,
you.
Nikki, can you put your chin on your shoulder?
Who?
You.
Oh, is that
Yeah,
it?
Yeah.
yeah, look at you. See, I can't do that. This is the farthest I can go. Because I have so many screws and rods in my neck. So this is the farthest I can go. What about yeah?
Do
Rachel,
So
you get massage therapy right now?
yeah, I in the Dominican Republic I do sometimes. Yes, it helps.
I
It
only
helps.
ask, and I know this is probably gonna come off like what? So I do massage therapy,
Oh, you
and
do?
I give my husband. I do. I went to school for it for 2 years, so I like professionally. I know what I'm doing.
How much you charge?
Um,
How much you charge? How much you charge?
well, here's the thing, John. You're my family,
Right.
and when I'm hearing you talk about your pain, I'm like, I want to help my brother. You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah. Now
So
I
yeah,
I
don't
like
worry
it deep.
about
I like it deep. I like
me too. Me
deep
too.
tissue
I
massage.
can't do the I forgot what they used to call it, the
Soft tissue.
lighter strokes.
Right.
No, I
Right. Right.
can't.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
listen,
I
your
do deep.
hands
Yeah.
gonna be hurting. Start punching some walls to prepare yourself.
No, but
Because
they
you
don't.
gotta
They're not gonna hurt, girl.
no
And
John
look,
with
Co,
John. When you're doing John, you're gonna hurt.
Yes.
That's what I'm telling you. Like it's hard.
mm-mm.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a lot.
Let me tell you, look, Co, I'm gonna tell you why. Because as hard as I give it, I like it given hard to me too. And I learned that in massage therapy school. And they were like, but you're so little. And I'm like, nope, I need that. I don't like the little, I
Light
forgot what it's
touches.
called because I was in this massage therapy school 20 years ago.
Right.
But I'm going to gift him a couple of sessions, of course, because
nice.
that's my
I'm gonna give.
family.
No,
Like,
I
come on now.
appreciate it. Thank you so much. Anthony says you don't
Yeah.
have a
And look,
special.
my husband's going to be there and your wife is going to be there. So it's
Oh yeah.
all
I
like
know you're right. Yeah.
normal.
Hey, it's yes. You don't have a
Yeah.
specialist. I do have a specialist, but when you deal with workman's comp, it gets very complicated. So
Mhm.
yes, I do. Don't Wrench says don't do surgery. I have same issues. Yeah, they said that
Oh,
back
I don't
surgery.
know.
Sorry to hear that, Wrench. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you have the same issues, but
He needed that surgery, Rach. Let me tell you, like you guys might have a similar issue, but John has already had a few surgeries, and it's if you see him when he's hurting, So it's not something he's doing just for fun. They're definitely necessary. But I am sorry to
And you've
hear
been
about
feeling
your
better
sir.
since, right, John?
Hey, I tell you what, I
It
thank
was
God.
until the screw broke.
Right? Yeah, it got worse when the
Right.
screw broke, but I would be paralyzed. So when I was assaulted, I would be paralyzed right now. So I would be in a wheelchair, or and my whole bottom side would be, from chest down, I would probably be paralyzed. So that's why I'm so happy, and I thank God that I can walk around and do stuff every day. Because if I would have waited a little bit longer, they had to have emergency surgery on me after I was assaulted back in 2015. So yeah, so hey, it is what it is.
But yeah, no, anytime
You live like
he's
me.
in he's in Texas right now too, and anytime when he has those flights, it's always a lot on his body. He always needs like a day or two to recoup. So, oh look, Rico showed up. Hey Rico,
Rico,
right at the
Oh,
end, we just
crusty,
get off.
extra salty
right,
Uncle Rico. That's right.
Rico, we got 15 more minutes. If you want to come up on the panel real quick, come on up. But yeah, happy birthday to you, Rico. Happy birthday, happy
Oh,
birthday.
everybody birthday this weekend. Happy birthday, Rico.
Yeah, man, Ranch. He said I have
Look at
4
all the
bones in this.
Leos.
Man, I'm sorry to hear that, and that's bad. And I have a lot of nerve
Oh,
damage and spasm too. So yeah, that's pretty bad. I have 5-level neck fusion in my neck. So
I'll be right back, you guys.
yes.
Gotta run
What?
to the
Okay. No,
restroom.
you're good.
Disculpe,
You're good.
presidente.
Yep. So Cole, man, you did great, Cole, today with the, so I don't have to. Y'all, how did Cole do? Because y'all see how smooth it went this time, because I didn't have to read all the questions and all that stuff. Cole kind of took over the questions and all of that stuff. So I think it went really, really smooth this time. We had a great conversation. Any questions or comments before we go? We got 8 more
Everybody
minutes.
telling Rico every happy 70th birthday, happy 80th birthday.
That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Happy 70th. That's funny. Quan is hilarious. There he says happy 80th birthday, Rico. Cole did a great job. Cole, you did a wonderful, wonderful job. Y'all,
Thank you.
yeah, Nikki.
Thanks, Mr. Pepper. Yeah, I'm gonna be here, you guys. I might not be always contributing a whole lot, but I'm gonna just keep up with the comments. I'll scroll through like the casual conversation while people are talking and keep track of who's replying to what, so things don't get confusing. So that's what my new little job here is gonna be.
Awesome.
thank
And you
y'all.
go and all the
I wanted to.
go ahead. All the stupid questions,
I
you're
just
gonna pass those up.
They noticed that in the beginning too, and they were like, "You're not reading all the questions," and I won't, and I won't. I will not click them all. I'm sorry. Say something interesting.
Carl said thank you, Cole.
listen.
Thanks.
I just wanted to say that, I second what Coach said about you. You've done a phenomenal job today.
Thank you.
It was so funny because I told you guys earlier, I was like listening to the conversation and you guys didn't know I could hear you. And I was like, yep, yeah, she's right. Yeah.
Listen, we
Outside
bounce
of
a lot
that.
of stuff off of each other. And me and John's my favorite cousin. Like, he is my
Listen,
favorite
and you
cousin.
don't play about him. And
I
that's one
don't.
thing that I learned on the backside when I was trying to get in and y'all didn't know I was listening. I said,
No,
oh,
we knew you was listening. We
Yeah,
knew.
we knew.
We knew. We knew.
I said, oh, Co don't play. Got her cousin. Okay.
Listen, if I don't give unsolicited opinions or advice, but John will ask me, and because he knows I'm gonna tell him, I'm gonna be like, this is what it is, this is what I think, and we'll hash it out. Sometimes we won't agree, sometimes he might need to apologize, I might need to apologize, but we always find our way. Oh, Mr. Pepper said Nikki is dope like always.
Yes.
Yes, I
Hey,
agree with that
Thank
too.
you,
I want to
Mr.
say this
Peppers.
before.
That's my.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nikki. Yeah.
No, I was going to say that's my thing. I try to be as dope as I can always. Hence the book Trust Your Dopeness by Tia Nicole Dorsfat. As you see there, Nikki, author of Trust Your Dopeness. Once you stop judging yourself, you'll stop judging others.
Oh, I
You're
love
welcome.
it. I love it. Hey,
My
this is people don't understand. This is just the beginning. We're gonna be doing so much together, especially with you being bilingual. We both living in the Dominican Republic. We just gonna be doing a lot of things for the Dominican Route channel and helping people out and having fun and bringing some dollars in and helping the orphanage out and just doing all kinds of stuff. Yep.
Absolutely. And
Yep.
I hope that she comes back and she is the moderator. You did a great job as moderator. I know that you guys didn't use that specific verbiage, but I know that this is my third time. Women have said that more so women than men have been like, we need a moderator. You did a fantastic job. And you definitely, I know that earlier you had said something about, well, I don't live over there and I this and I that. You brought so much value today
Thank
to
you.
the conversation here.
I hope all the men texting John feel the same.
And if
Just a couple of them.
girl,
Mr.
and
Pepper,
if they
thank
don't,
you so much, brother. Thank you so much. If they don't, what's say, Nikki?
I know. I'm being
and if
petty.
they don't, I'm just giving a shoulder shrug. Like,
Right.
are
Yeah.
they crazy?
I just believe it's so many channels out there that always try to put black women under the bus and just say, "Hey, this is our channel, and we just need to talk about this." And no, and that's the problem with women and men in the United States. We need to open up and talk about things. We don't have to agree with everything, but we need to talk about it. And there's no type of dictatorship when it comes down to that. Hey, we're built different. We have different hormones and we have different things going on. So hey, we're
That's the
different.
key, John. It's not a dictatorship. It's just conversations. It's different perspectives. It's different concerns, and everybody doesn't understand everybody's perspective. I don't understand what it is to be a black man. You don't understand what it is to be a black woman. And so we just have to sometimes dialogue it out. So
Now hold it now. Wait. In the United States, if I want to be a woman tomorrow for a day,
You ain't in the United States, so you shut up.
I saw.
Hold on, guys. Look, let me do the moderator thing because old crusty, extra salty Uncle Rico says, but let's not forget the ball player is an adult, ass, grown ass man. So he's still 100% responsible for messing with a minor. Yes, Rico. And unfortunately, you came in on the conversation late as hell, as you always do. All right. So too late, buddy. And you're right.
Yeah, I know.
We'll argue later.
Nikki,
I love you.
no, Nikki, you're right. He was trying to say like you was taking up for. Yeah, I know the mom had some stuff to do with it, but yeah, we already know that you missed the beginning of it. And plus, your hearing is going bad because of your old age.
Not
so
your hearing going bad.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Well, he said he had told me like yesterday that he lost both batteries to the hearing aid. So he can't even hear what
Pepper said. This
Read
is his
the
number
words
one
that are coming out of our mouths.
Yes, go ahead, Cole.
He is so pissed right now.
I was just shouting out Mr. Peppers. I like him. I don't know how I feel about all the commenters, but you always have lots of nice stuff to say. I'm glad this is your number one channel. You're awesome. We want more people like you. You're great to have over there with your input.
Definitely hit us up because he's here next week. Hit us up.
Yes.
Yeah, hit us up. Yeah, I won't be there, but yeah, and if you need some help with something, brother, just make sure you shoot me a text. So, yeah.
And if you need to text me to help him, text me. I'm with it.
Right. That's
right. For sure.
Yeah. Hey, give everybody your channel real quick before we go.
Oh, my channel is Tia Nicole Dorset, and that's TIA. The accent is over the A. Oddly enough, mommy didn't put the accent over the I because she didn't know that I was going to speak Spanish when I grew up. That's what she told me. Because I said, Mommy, the accent goes over the A. And she's like, well, how was I supposed to know that you're going to grow up and speak Spanish? That's not my fault. And I'm like, ay, Dios mío, Mommy. Anyway, so that's that. But yeah,
All
you
right.
guys
That's
see it
awesome.
below. And then my TikTok is Nikki La Nana, NIKI_NENALANEA.
You know what? Next Sunday, me and Cole we're gonna add it to the banner, so
Yeah.
so we people can just click on it. We'll do that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right.
Perfect.
Sorry
Y'all-
if we didn't get to y'all questions. I see like 1 or 2 questions we didn't get to, but I can tell when John's getting uncomfortable, and I can kind of see it
My
showing
neck.
up on his face. So
Mhm.
thank you to everybody. Make sure y'all hit the like before y'all leave the live. We appreciate y'all.
Y'all take care, Nikki. You take care. God bless. Make peace be still. I'll see y'all next time.
Bye, guys.
You know how to push the end button, right, Cole?
Yes.
Bye. Bye, y'all.